أهلا ومرحبا بكم في فيديو جديد من فيديوهات تعليم القيادة النظري في بريطانيا. فيديو اليوم هو عن attitude أو التصرف أو السلوكيات أثناء القيادة. هيا بنا نبدأ الفيديو بالتعرف على الأسئلة التي لها علاقة بهذا الموضوع. A long, heavily laden lorry is taking a long time to overtake you. What should you do? Speed up. Change direction. Hold your speed. Slow down. Slow down. A vehicle pulls out in front of you at a junction. What should you do? Slow down and be ready to stop. Flash your headlights and drive up close behind. Accelerate past it immediately. Swerve past it and sound your horn. Slow down and be ready to stop. After refueling your vehicle, what should you do to avoid spillage? Check that your tank is only 3/4 full. Check that you've used a locking filler cap. Check that your fuel gauge is working. Check that your filler cap is securely fastened. Check that your filler cap is securely fastened. At a pelican crossing, what must you do when the amber light is flashing? Give way to pedestrians waiting to cross. Stop and wait for the red light. Give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. Stop and wait for the green light. Give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. At a puffin crossing, which colour follows the green signal? Steady amber, flashing green, steady red, flashing amber. Steady amber. At which type of crossing are cyclists allowed to ride across with pedestrians? Puffing, zebra, toucan, pelican. Toucan. In which conditions should you leave at least a 2-second gap between your vehicle and the one in front? Foggy, damp, wet, dry. Dry. What should you do when a person herding sheep asks you to stop? Continue on but drive slowly. Ignore them as they have no authority. Try to get past quickly. Stop and switch off your engine. Stop and switch off your engine. On a road where trams operate, which of these vehicles will be most at risk from the tram rails? Buses, cars, lorries, cycles. Cycles. The conditions are good and dry. When should you use the 2-second rule? Before restarting the engine after it has stalled, before using the mirror signal maneuver routine, when traffic lights change to green, when checking your gap from the vehicle in front. When checking the gap from the vehicle in front. There's a bus lane on your left. The signs show no times of operations. What does this mean? The lane isn't in operation. The lane is only in operation at peak times. The lane is only in operation in daylight hours. The lane is in operation 24 hours a day. The lane is in operation 24 hours a day. What can a loose filler cap on your diesel fuel tank cause? It can improve your vehicle's fuel consumption. It can make the engine difficult to start. It can increase the level of exhaust emissions. It can make the road slippery for other road users. It can make the road slippery for other road users. What does tailgating mean? Reversing into a parking space. Driving with rear fog lights on. Following another vehicle too closely. Using the rear door of a hatchback car. Following another vehicle too closely. What should you do when you're overtaking a horse and rider? Go past as quickly as possible. Go past slowly and carefully. Sound your horn as a warning. Flash your headlights as a warning. Go past slowly and carefully. What should you use your horn for? To signal your annoyance. To greet other road users. To allow you right of way. To alert others of your presence. To alert others to your presence. What style of driving causes increased risk to everyone? Competitive, considerate, defensive, responsible. Competitive. What type of emergency vehicle is fitted with a green flashing beacon? Road gritter, fire engine, ambulance, doctor's car. Doctor's car. What's the minimum time gap you should leave when following a vehicle on a wet road? 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 1 second. Four seconds. When should you flash your headlights at other road users? When telling them that you have right of way, when letting them know that you're there, when showing that you're giving away, when showing that you're about to turn. When letting them know that you are there. Which instrument panel warning light would show that headlights are on full beam? Which vehicle will use a blue flashing beacon? Bomb disposal, snowplow, breakdown recovery, motorway maintenance. Bomb disposal. Who should obey diamond-shaped traffic signs? Lorry drivers, tram drivers, bus drivers, taxi drivers. Tram drivers. Why is it unwise to follow this vehicle too closely? Your engine will overheat, your brakes will overheat, your view ahead will be increased, your view ahead will be reduced. Your view ahead will be reduced. Why should you never wave people across at pedestrian crossings? It's safer for you to carry on. They may not be ready to cross. They may not be looking. Another vehicle may be coming. Another vehicle may be coming. You wish to turn right ahead. Why should you take up the correct position in good time? To help other road users to know what you intend to do. To give a better view into the road that you're joining. To allow drivers to pass you on the right. To allow other drivers to pull out in front of you. To help other road users to know what you intend to do. You're approaching a red light at a puffing crossing. Pedestrians are on the crossing. When will the red light change? When the pedestrians push the button on the far side of the crossing. When you start to edge forward into the crossing. When a driver from the opposite direction reaches the crossing. When the pedestrians have cleared the crossing. When the pedestrians have cleared the crossing. You're approaching a zebra crossing. Pedestrians are waiting to cross. What should you do? Use your headlights to indicate they can cross. Give way to the elderly and infirm only. Slow down and prepare to stop. Wave at them to cross the road. Slow down and prepare to stop. You're approaching an unmarked crossroads. How should you deal with this type of junction? Accelerate and look to the left. Slow down and keep to the right. Slow down and look both ways. Accelerate and keep to the middle. Slow down and look both ways. You are being followed by an ambulance showing flashing blue lights. What should you do? Pull over as soon as it's safe to do so. Maintain your speed and course. Brake harshly and stop well out into the road. Accelerate hard to get away from it. Pull over as soon as it's safe to do so. You are driving a slow-moving vehicle on a narrow, winding road. What should you do? Keep well out to stop vehicles overtaking dangerously. Give a left signal when it's safe for vehicles to overtake you. Pull in when you can to let following vehicles overtake. Wave following vehicles past you if you think they can overtake quickly. Pull in when you can to let following vehicles overtake. You are driving along this road. The red van cuts in close in front of you. What should you do? Give a long blast on the horn. Flash your headlights several times. Accelerate to get closer to the red van. Drop back to leave the correct separation distance. Drop back to leave the correct separation distance. You are driving at night on an unlit road, following another vehicle. What should you do? Flash your headlights. Use full beam headlights. Switch off your headlights. Use dipped headlights. Use dipped headlights. You are driving at the legal speed limit. A vehicle comes up quickly behind you, flashing its headlights. What should you do? Maintain your speed and prevent the vehicle from overtaking. Touch the brakes sharply to show your brakes lights. Accelerate to make a gap behind you. Allow the vehicle to overtake. Allow the vehicle to overtake. You are driving behind a large goods vehicle. What should you do if it signals left but steers to the right? Drive on, keeping to the left. Hold your speed and sound your horn. Overtake on the right to it. Slow down and let the vehicle turn. Slow down and let the vehicle turn. You are driving in traffic at the speed limit for the road. What should you do if the driver behind is trying to overtake? Accelerate to get away from the driver behind. Move closer to the car ahead so the driver behind has no room to overtake. Keep a steady course and allow the driver behind to overtake. Wave the driver behind to overtake when it's safe. Keep a steady course and allow the driver behind to overtake. You are driving on a clear night. There is a steady stream of oncoming traffic. The national speed limit applies. Which lights should you use? Fog lights, full beam lights, side lights, dipped headlights. Dipped headlights. You are in a line of traffic. The driver behind you is following very closely. What actions should you take? Signal left and wave the following driver past. Ignore the following driver and continue to travel within the speed limit. Slow down gradually, increasing the gap between you and the vehicle in front. Move over to a position just left of the center line of the road. Slow down gradually, increasing the gap between you and the vehicle in front. You are in a one-way street and want to turn right. There are two lanes. Where should you position your vehicle? In either lane, depending on the traffic. In the right-hand lane, in the left-hand lane, just left at the center line. In the right-hand lane. You are waiting in a traffic queue at night. How can you avoid dazzling drivers behind you? Use the foot brake only. Use the parking brake with the foot brake. Use the parking brakes only. Use the clutch with the accelerator. Use the parking brake only. بهذا السؤال نكون ختمنا هذا الجزء من attitude أو التصرفات والسلوكيات أثناء القيادة. أتمنى أن ينال هذا الفيديو إعجابكم. لا تنسوا الإعجاب والاشتراك في القناة ليصلكم كل جديد. أترككم على خير والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.